was wartime Italy, a lot of limitations on how something could be filmed, a lot of political considerations as to even what movies were chosen to be made. And certainly it was even more interesting with We the Living. The book had been published in Italy, and from what we're told, it was a very popular book. The fascists ruled the movie industry as they really did every industry in Italy. It had to be approved, and in the height of irony, Mussolini's son, who was in the movie industry, actually was one of the people that advocated for making this movie. It was not even possible to get literary rights from Ayn Rand. Italy was at war, so they decided to go ahead and make the movie anyway. They started production on a movie that was basically Ayn Rand's life story. It was so heavily drawn from her own personal experience, and it was her book, and she wasn't even aware that the movie was being made, much less have any say in how the movie was being made. Throughout the filmmaking, the authorities kept a very close eye on this movie, coming to the editing room almost on a daily basis to see, just what had been filmed and whether there was going to be any problem with it. And the editors would typically hide away some of the scenes and not show it to these authorities. It's been described as being like the Gone with the Wind of Italy for that time period. The movie everybody had to go see. There were literally people naming their children Kira or Andre or after the characters in the movie. People would talk about it in the streets. And there was kind of a winking going on too, because they knew the movie was taking digs at the government, and it was a very difficult time in Italy, and there was a lot of shortages of food and supplies and so forth. And this is what the characters in the movie were experiencing. So the public could relate to what was going on in this movie very, very closely, and they could take it to heart.
I received at the Scalera Studios an injunction formally saying that the picture was prohibited and the obligation to appear before a kind of special court. Number one, the fact that you are the general manager of Scalera Studios. Since today you are no more. And also for your university career, you can no more lecture. You are not entitled to speak to the students because you are a dangerous person.
The only reason that We the Living survived World War II is that the producers of the movie, knowing that the film and the negatives were being sent in to be destroyed, they hid away the original negative of the film in the basement of somebody's home, and they sent in the negative of another movie. And the authorities destroyed that negative, not knowing that it wasn't actually We the Living. The movie would have been totally lost forever had they not done that. So the movie really ended up in storage, unseen for many, many years, until Henry Mark Holzer and Erica Holzer, lawyers for Ayn Rand, they had been working with Ayn Rand, they heard about the movie and decided that they wanted to go find this movie. She was happy with the movie overall, but it was Ayn Rand's wish that certain scenes be taken out of the movie that had been gratuitously put in by the fascist authorities, and they had required that certain propaganda speeches be added to the script. In several cases, the characters said things totally the opposite of what the character had been saying previously in the film. Again, we have a movie that was made without her permission, without her input, that was about her own life, and she had no say in it. And we wanted to go to whatever lengths were necessary to basically right that wrong.
This was a moral imperative that this film be found, rescued, restored, and stand for the novel she wrote.
Perché siete venuta qui?
Perché pensavo che mi avrebbe fatto piacere di vedermi.
Che accade? Non so. Ho pianto spesso in questi ultimi tempi. E senza ragione. Sono tanto in pena per Victor. Porta a casa certi tipi così strani.